Happy Friday, and welcome to another edition of your favorite podcast, Burgers and Brats. Got a lot to dive into. Some college football coaching changes. Lots of changes happened over the weekend. It's Championship Saturday in college football. Also going to break down some NFL games and possibly some NBA. It's been a good season in the NBA, especially if you're a Phoenix Suns fan. But first, make sure you follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Pandora, anywhere else you get your podcasts at Burgers and Brats, and stay up to date with latest news on Twitter and Instagram. And hopefully you're watching on YouTube at Burgers and Brats. So I got my brother, my boy, Reed Newport, aka the baby looking right now. Reed, what's going on?
What's going on, fam? I appreciate you. I know we planned this a long time ago, but I told you I need some therapy after the week we've had. So
Yeah,
I need to get my feelings out somewhere.
Yeah, we planned you coming on before the news.
Yeah, a long time before this. It just worked out good.
At a bar late night. We won't go to a bar late night. Reed, tell us about your company, OAKA.
Yeah, so I think I talked about it last time. I run me and my partner Deshaun a company. It's basically like an outlet for up and coming like creatives. Just kind of trying to build a platform to help them grow their platform. It's going good. We've actually kind of been expanding a little bit. We work with some bigger name people here recently, so everything's going good.
Good. I saw Drake was in Oklahoma City last night. So
yeah,
is that why he was here? Is that why he was here?
We might have to wrap this. I can't tell you where I'm going, but I got somewhere to be in about an hour, so we'll have to keep an eye on the. No, I'm playing, but I don't know what he's doing. I think he might be coming to announce the OU head coach with Joe C. That's what I saw on Twitter. So
yeah, he's coming to announce our college football head coach. I don't see that happening, but it was really weird to see Drake in Oklahoma
chilling at the Thunder game with some old white people.
Yeah, I saw he got new parents apparently, according to his Insta story. But let's dive into this. I talked about this a little earlier. You guys have seen it on Twitter. I've been going off on Lincoln Riley at Burgers and Brats. Lincoln Riley just leaves in the middle of the night after a horrible loss to your in-state little brother. Flies the USC at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. in the morning the next day. He's gone on a plane to the Pac-12 because it's easier. It just flat out say that he didn't want to go to the SEC because he was afraid of the competition. He's afraid of challenges, and he knew he could win in the Pac-12 because basically there's nothing in the Pac-12 and there's no competition out there. It's where he's safe, where he can keep a job. Yeah, Reed, I want to get your thoughts on Lincoln Riley. I know he's a snake. We all hate him now. He's the Kevin Durant.
Bro, I am so conflicted because I mean, like I had I knew him for a few years, and I don't know if we ever really talked about it on here, but I worked for the football team, and I worked pretty closely with him, and he was always a good guy. So I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but the more that comes out, it just looks terrible. And the longer it's been, the more mad it's made me. And then when he did the press conference and fake cried, it's hard to vouch for him because my bad. Cut that. We'll get that in post. But it's just hard to vouch for him after kind of the way he went about everything. I mean, I get it if they offered him $100 million, you can take a new job and not burn down a program that got handed over to you in great shape. And I don't know. I just feel like he went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, he literally got handed the reins to the top 3 team in college football, just with thanks to Bob Stoops. And I mean, he never really did anything with it. These teams were supposed to make these playoffs. They were supposed to win national championships. He just couldn't get over the hump. He would have an inexplicable loss. He would blow leads in games. So, I mean, he just couldn't get over that hump of this talented OU team that he just kept bringing in. And then on top of him, fake crying at a conference or at his press conference that he literally left in the middle of the night without saying goodbye. And it was like a 2-minute speech or whatever because the Bob Stoops made him speak. I know the players are upset, but I just have no sympathy for this dude. I hope USC just gets ran into the ground. I hope he's fired after 4 years at USC after 5 loss seasons, which is hard to do in the Pac-12 because it's not a great conference. But yeah, it was nothing but the worst for Lincoln Riley the way he did it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I hate the man taking his recruits with him. Already lost so many commits. He took a 5-star running back, his 5-star quarterback, took it with him. So we'll see if he can develop that out there without a top tier program immediately. So he'll have to develop out there, which I don't know if he can do. He's a great recruiter, but who knows if he can develop the talent.
That's kind of been his thing. I mean, he's always recruited well. And then, I mean, we got guys leaving now that are NFL guys that haven't even came close to their potential for whatever reason. I'm not gonna like name any names, like underachievers, but there's definitely guys out there that are like Sunday dudes that really haven't lived up to that. And it's a consistent theme, so you got to kind of point the finger at somebody. I can't believe he's sticking to the first contact on Saturday night with USC.
Yeah, I don't know why he's saying that. You know that's not true, Lincoln. We all know that's not true. Like I know it's a compliance thing or whatever, but at least come out and say you spoke to him a few weeks before. Because I mean, everyone's saying probably about the Texas Tech week or that bye week after is when he was signed, but they just downhill. He gave up on this team. I wouldn't be surprised if he was talking to the team in September or USC in September because I don't know about you, but we were watching that OU football game, those football games, that offense. There was nowhere to be seen.
Something was definitely off all year, and it kind of makes sense if he had one foot out the door. I don't know if you saw Matt Leinart kind of ratted on him a little bit on McAfee. He basically said like he's been on the short list the whole time, and he didn't say they've been talking to him, but he said there must have been conversations before this week, basically hinting at like, which I mean everybody knows there's no way you pack your family up and convince 5 other dudes to pack their family up on 2 hours notice.
Yeah, not even 10 hours. You got 5 families moving to California. I mean, I get it. It's better than Oklahoma, but still, they don't even have jobs yet to move to USC. They don't even have a job yet. It was
they don't.
Yeah, well now they do, but like,
you think Roy Manning's not out there recruiting for USC right now?
Oh my God, how stupid do you have to be?
At the Bixby game recruiting for USC?
How stupid do you have to be, man? Come on. But yeah, and then USC wins their first game. They lose their second one, and then they fire their head coach. So you're 2 games in the season, and you don't hear anything about USC head coaching search until last weekend. So it's very fishy. And then you think it can't get any worse. No coach could ever do that even worse. No coach could make a worse scene to just leave a school he's been at for a long time. And then 24 hours later, 48 hours later, Brian Kelly goes, hold my beer, and just leaves a playoff team in Notre Dame to head to LSU after 10, 12 years in Notre Dame. He just ups and leaves, and his speech was only like 11 minutes. So it's no loyalty in college football anymore, and just surprise after surprise. How well do you think Brian Kelly fits in at LSU?
I don't really. I mean, I think he is. I mean, the money is easy to take, like I said, same thing with Lincoln, but it's going to be hard for him to win. I mean, he's won at Notre Dame, but they're not in the conference. They kind of just get overranked at the beginning of the year for whatever reason and kind of are able to coast on it. I mean, he hasn't been in a conference since the conference. What was Cincinnati even in Conference USA? Where were they?
Maybe not. That's been a decade ago.
Yeah.
They were in it 1 year in the ACC last year and made it to the championship game, but then got blown out.
That's true. That's true. I just think, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I think that's probably one of the reasons Lincoln didn't want to go to the SEC, because there's no shortage of good coaches down there.
Yeah, so unlike Lincoln, Brian Kelly's not scared to go to the SEC. Mainly, he wants a challenge. I like Brian Kelly as a coach. I think he's a good coach. Notre Dame's been in the top, finishing top five, definitely top 10 every year he's been there. Basically, they have the playoff what 3 years now. They might make it 4 years without a head coach. So I mean, I don't know how I like the fit, like you said, but I know he's a good coach. I just don't know why. All right, we turn the cap around. All right, but
Oh, my bad. The baby.
put it how you want it, bro. Put it.
It's
Um,
kind of just like I don't know. I don't think about it. I didn't want to do that stuff.
But I don't know why he went down there to LSU and just give the boosters or whatever. He should have just asked Notre Dame to go into the SEC because I'm sure Notre Dame probably would have done it because I think we're going to be seeing all these big time programs heading to the SEC in the next five, definitely the next decade. So before we move on, your top coaching candidates for OU.
Man, so I think that there's probably a 0% chance we hire this guy. But if I had to pick one, like I said, just kind of based on everything I know about like my time with the program, I think Shane Beamer would be a great hire. I don't think he's leaving South Carolina, especially because I think Stogner is going there, and that was his position. That was his position coach at OU. So I don't think he's the type of guy to tell the kid to come down here and play for him and then leave,
Yeah,
like some
I
other
know.
guys.
Some other dude.
But
But yeah, he's only been there 1 year and
yeah,
he got them to 6 wins.
yeah,
It's not an easy place to win anymore. There's no Steve Spurrier. So to get them to 6 wins, it's pretty good.
all eligible.
Yeah, bowl eligible your first year. No one thought you could do it. So pretty good. I wouldn't mind Shane Beamer. I like that. I like that, but everyone's on the Brent Venables train. But how easy they are or how quickly they forget how we pushed him out, how quickly they
Yeah,
forget we wanted him out. And then some other news I've heard is the defense coordinator for Georgia, Lanning, I believe. Wouldn't mind him. Pretty good defense, I think I've seen down in Georgia. And then he would bring over the offense coordinator from Mississippi, Levy, who actually started out at OU. It is Art Briles' nephew, I believe, something like that.
okay.
But I wouldn't mind that defensive coordinator from Georgia and then OC being from Mississippi because they put up some points this year and Georgia stopped some points this year.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense too. If kind of why the process is taking longer if they're recruiting somebody that's in the playoff, or well, Georgia's going to be in the playoff. I guess we'll get to that in a minute, but
Yeah. And then who else? Luke Fickle. I wouldn't mind Luke Fickle. I like him as a coach. I think he'd be really good as well. I just hope we get someone that is gonna get us ready for the SEC. Make us the I just hope someone who can recruit the SEC and get us ready for that move. For
I
sure.
hope it's Venables out of anybody realistic. I know I think Beamer would be my like ideal guy, but out of anybody that I think it could be, I hope it's Venables. But Joe C could go get
anyone.
somebody no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. That is true. That's what we've done. We've hired coordinators for our head coaching positions.
Drake may be the next head coach. We don't know.
I heard just let every stoop coach a different game. So you got Bob, you got Mike, you got Mark, you
Not
got
Mike.
Not Mike. Every stoops.
But not Mike. All the rest of them. Drake can coach a game while he's on the field before.
True. That's true. My only one thing though is I feel like if we would have got Venables, I feel like we would have done it already. That's just my thing.
Yeah, I do too. Especially because they're not playing a conference title game. I don't know. Maybe it is somebody from a playoff contender. Maybe it's Mike Gundy.
So I'm saying that he's going to get a raise tomorrow because you said that he will get a raise.
My sources have said that he wants to coach with his brother, and no, I'm bullshitting.
I don't think we want him, man. I don't know if I want him.
That mullet doesn't fit in Norman.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. Anything else before we move on to College Football Championship Saturday?
Man, did What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen with? You think the USC is gonna get like some sanctions or something with all the weird stuff going on?
There's no way there's not, especially with remaining
You said
recruiting
it.
both.
You
There,
said it. OU compliance is
yeah,
nothing to
we
mess with.
both know about OU compliant,
Yeah, yeah, we do.
but yeah, they're nothing to mess with. So
And nothing we did even comes close to what was going on there. So I'm sure they're gonna bring the hammer down. I got uh they brought a spotlight in on me and like two cops. I was handcuffed. It was crazy.
they're
I got
waterboarding
interrogated
you.
for yeah, they waterboarded me, bro, for something way less than recruiting for a different school.
Yeah, I definitely see something coming down, especially if Lincoln's been talking to him all year, which he definitely has because he cost us a national championship run. That dude cost us a national championship this year. Look how awful this field is. I'm upset. I hate the man. And I could
It
have
was the
torched
year.
him.
If there
Dude,
was ever going to be a year, this was the year to compete with everybody. Nobody's that good.
this playoff field sucks. It sucks. This is gonna be the worst playoff I think I've seen. This might be the worst playoff. Bring back Alabama, Ohio State. Um, who did I say? OU, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson. Bring them back. Put them four in. I don't want to watch
Yeah.
this. So championship Saturday. Let's go. I'm not watching this either. I'm done. I'm not watching football. After last week, I'm done. I'm done with football. So let's start. Tomorrow night, tonight, whatever, release Friday. Tonight, number 10, Oregon faces number 17, Utah. Utah, 2.5 point favorite after they beat Oregon by like 30. Not even 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. 2 weeks ago, Oregon lost 38-7. Utah's actually won 5 in a row. So they are pretty on track right now. Both teams are pretty equal in their quarterback play. Both running backs are actually at 1,000 yards. So they've got two 1,000-yard rushers just over. Oregon is the 179th overall on pass defense. 179th on pass defense.
Jesus, that's
I didn't know
I
there were
didn't
that many
realize there was
teams.
that many teams.
I
That's what I was just
didn't
about to
know.
say.
They got D2 teams ahead of them, man. That's how bad
That's
they are.
nuts.
So Oregon, Utah, Cameron Rising, you better air that ball out because Oregon ain't stopping that. Utah, they've been playing a lot better. I'm actually going a little closer this time around, but 30-24. Utah gets the win, Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard for him to beat Oregon again, especially since it was in Utah last time.
Did you hear me
But
say 179th overall in passing defense?
no, I'm not. I'm gonna agree with you on the pick. I think it's gonna be a closer game, but I don't think you beat somebody by 30 points by a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
I think on a neutral site conference championship game, it'll probably be more competitive. But I feel like Utah. I think Oregon's been overrated the whole season because they beat Ohio State,
Yeah.
which I also think is overrated. Well, I don't want to get into a whole playoff system sucks rant, but I think Oregon was kind of propped up in the rankings, and I don't think they're that good. So I got Utah too. Definitely less than 30 points.
Wait, remember Utah scored 3 touchdowns in 27 seconds, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, and that white dude that's the fastest white dude in America for sure. Did you watch the game? He returned
I
a
just watched a
punt and
little bit. I saw the
he returned a he returned a punt for a touchdown, and I was just like, geez.
All right, moving on from White Thunder. Number 9, Baylor faces number 5, Oklahoma Light. OSU or Oklahoma State is actually a 5.5 point favorite. I don't know if Baylor's quarterback is back for this. Do you have any idea? I
I
haven't seen it.
don't I don't think he's been practicing. I know they like held the Vegas odds on it for a while because they didn't know what was going on. I think that there's maybe even a possibility a third string guy starts, like anywhere from the starter to the third string guy. If Bohannon plays, it'll be a game, but I think OSU's defense is too good. I don't think
Yeah,
Baylor can put. Huh?
they're all 30 years old.
They are all 6-year freshmen or 6-year seniors, but man, I'm gonna give it to OSU first Big 12 championship in what, like a decade.
One decade.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then I think that puts them in the CFP, don't you?
if Alabama loses, yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
they're gonna get railed by Georgia, but like,
wouldn't that be something if they get the 3 seed at least? Oh my God.
I could see it
Get
though.
to play
If the
Michigan.
I could see him jumping Cincy just because Cincinnati's. I mean, and
Yeah,
their
they
conference is
don't want to
so
risk.
bad.
Yeah, they don't want to risk Cincy beating Georgia to make it to the final. Shoot.
Yeah,
All right, I can see
uh,
it. Okay.
they
Um,
definitely don't want Cincy in the final. That wouldn't.
yeah, they don't want that. They don't want that. And so this game, Baylor's obviously a better team than when Oklahoma State played them earlier in the year. Even probably without Bohannon, the backup quarterback, he still got them to 2 wins at K State and then versus Texas Tech. Arenada, how do you Arenada, whatever his name is,
I
Aranda.
don't know.
I liked him I want him as the coach. I want him as OU's coach. I think he's got the Bears prepared, and I think Sanders throws 2 turnovers and Baylor capitalizes. And out of spite, I'm picking Baylor to win this game 31-4. I'm not picking OSU. I'm not picking
do,
them.
do
I'm
you
not.
believe that, or you just can't bring yourself to pick OSU?
I believe it because it's still it's still Oklahoma State. They don't win big games.
Baylor's
You gotta
definitely more comfortable in the Big 12 championship game than they are.
yeah. I mean, you gotta have the refs to pay again for this game, like they did last week versus Oklahoma. Still not over that. So I'm picking Baylor. I'm rooting for Baylor. My bias is coming out here. Usually doesn't show, but I'm going. Let's go Baylor Bears. Come on, let's go Baylor. Um,
What they do? They was. I don't know. I was gonna throw their
it's
sign up.
oh, it's this. It's the claw.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't do my. I can't do a pistol, so
mm-mm.
I don't care if I pick them or not.
No, go Baylor. Um, actually, this next game, 21 Houston facing number 4 Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 10.5 point favorite. Houston only has 1 loss on the year, and that was the first game of the season to Texas Tech. And Reed, this is the only game I'm watching this year. This is the only game I'm watching on Saturday. All right, this is the only game I care about. I'm watching this Cincinnati Houston game. Houston, Dana, what is this? Dana's second year. He's got this team 11-1 going to the
Yeah.
championship game, and they're looking really, really good. Cincinnati wins. I hope they're in. I think they're into the playoff. Houston, um, Dana knows how to win games. He knows how to win big games. I think it's going to be super high scoring, just a very entertaining game. All these games kind of are. Clayton Tune only has 13 more yards and 1 less touchdown than Ritter. So quarterback play, very equal on that level. Cincinnati, though, needs to use their stable ground game. And I'll go Cincinnati in a shootout, 38-35 for the best game of the day and the only game Braxton Poe and Burgers&Brats is watching.
I want to be very honest with this pick. I have not seen either one of these teams play down of football all year.
Cincinnati's looked really good the last few weeks.
I mean, I've been hearing people talk about them. I just can't bring myself to watch a Cincinnati game. I mean, I guess if they make the playoff, I'll watch them. But I'll take Cincinnati, I guess. Seems like they should win. Hopefully for them and the entire group of 5, they win just so they can get a team in for once. Yeah. And I think that they kind of understand that. They kind of wanted to be in last year and couldn't do it. So we'll go. I'll go Cincinnati too.
Yeah, Luke Fickle knows how to get his team ready. They'll be ready to go. Yeah. And then heading to the Big Ten, the Iowa or the cornfields up there, number 2 Michigan. Who thought we'd be saying that in the Jim Harbaugh era? And then number 13 Iowa. Michigan's 11-point favorite. Iowa was number 2. They lose 2 straight games, and they still find themselves in the Big Ten championship. Michigan, they're almost that Harbaugh hump. They got that win versus Ohio State. They can get this Big Ten championship game win. Things are looking very, very good, and that's gonna be a big boost for that Michigan confidence, Harbaugh's confidence, and moving forward, especially when they have to face Ohio State again next year. Iowa season is not wasted somehow. Somehow they, after 2 straight losses, they get in. Both offenses are very bad. Can you tell me what Iowa ranks on offense?
I'm gonna throw it in the dark. I feel like they probably have a nice running game for some reason. I don't know why. We'll go 75th.
All right. Well, you are very off. It is 200.
Is there? I don't think, dude. What rankings are you
200.
looking at? There's not this many
200,
teams.
man. I will pull this up. There are 200
There's 125
Dude,
D1 teams, bro.
I'm telling you, they are that bad. Let me pull this up. CBS Sports, man.
Are they
Dude,
counting
their
high school
offense.
teams or what?
Their offense. Look at that. 200th overall. 179th passing, 172nd on rushing.
Oh, I got my notes over it. Hold on. Wow.
How bad
I didn't know there was that many teams. That's terrible. That's really bad.
200th on offense.
Well,
there's no way they put up points, man.
No, they didn't. I mean, that's Big Ten football anyway, though. It'll be 13-9 somehow or something weird. But
I put Iowa putting 14 points up. I want to subtract from that. I'm going Michigan. I'm going Michigan 24-6.
Okay, I got Michigan too, which I'm kind of leery of just because Harbaugh hasn't been able to win any games that mean anything since he's been there. But they beat Ohio State, and I don't know. They smacked them, and they kind of did it with some attitude. So maybe he figured something out because they looked a lot different than they have in the past in the game. And Iowa just, I don't know. I don't think anybody's that good. I don't know what to think. Iowa was ranked 2 at 1.2. They're not good. Michigan's not good, but I think Michigan wins the game.
All right, but have we deferred yet? I guess Baylor, Oklahoma State, because I don't want to pick them, but that's it. We'll see about this game. All right, last game, most important game. For Saturday, number 1 Georgia versus somehow number 3 Alabama. Even though they looked awful. I was talking about this earlier. Can you tell me what do you think the point spread is for this game?
I haven't looked. I would say if I had to do it, 10.5.
All right, so I was like, if it was any other team, it'd be more than 10. I was actually surprised at this. It's 6.5. So Georgia given 6.5, which is actually kind of surprising. I'm surprised it's touched more than a touchdown. But who you got in this game?
I got Georgia. I think their defense is too good. Alabama's offense has not been what it was the last couple of years, and I don't think they're very good either. That's a shock. But I think Georgia's defense will probably shut them down. It's going to be another probably 14-3 type of boring game to watch. But I got Georgia. I got Georgia to cover. Actually, I'll take it.
I think it's a pretty safe cover bet, honestly. Alabama, like you said, they just haven't looked the same. But looking at these stats, Bryce Young has 4,000 yards. He's got 40 touchdowns.
But really?
Yeah, 40 touchdowns on the mark.
How many of them were against Citadel?
Yeah,
like 22.
Probably. Probably a lot. But yeah, they look good in the first half of the season. Now it's kind of just dropped off, like the LSU game and beyond. Even before that, they just haven't been putting up the points. But yeah, 40 touchdowns still for Bryce Young. Bama, yeah, just not the same team, but I think Georgia shuts down the pass, just force them to run. Alabama just they got a good run game, but nothing like their pass game. And that Georgia's defense, man. I can't bet against them. Yeah. Georgia's putting up 40 on offense too. So I mean they're getting it done on both sides of the ball. I do think Bama finally scores points in this game though. Anything's gonna happen in this game. It's the SEC championship. So I think Georgia gives up a lot of points, but 34-26, Georgia wins this game. So should be an entertaining college football Saturday. I'm not watching besides Cincinnati in second half of the Alabama game. That's all I care about.
You're not gonna watch little bro?
No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching that game. After we got screwed at being in that game, I'm not watching it. Lincoln Riley screwed us. We should be undefeated right now. We should have won. We should be winning tomorrow's game. I'm not watching.
You think Lincoln paid the refs?
Probably.
I shouldn't even.
He got 100 million, bro. And
We're
then
gonna be on Twitter.
Lincoln probably paid the refs for contract. What do you think? I saw this. What do you think Lincoln Riley was thinking once Caleb Williams breaks that 75-yard run, bro?
Fuck.
He's like, oh
God damn
God,
it.
no, go
I gotta
down.
be here another week.
Exactly, bro. He was like, all right, don't call that PI. That's about to happen. Like they due to what, he got extra $1 million for both his homes in Norman, 100 million to go out west. So yeah, he had a little extra money to spare last weekend. Anything else for Saturday?
No, I'm actually kind of excited to see OSU get in the playoff.
You serious?
Not like as an OU fan, but
isn't that something? They get in with no one. There's no good team, and they go in and win. Wouldn't that be something?
I think they sneak in it. I think they could get the 3, but we'll see what happens.
I think if they win, they get in.
They got a bit.
The committee already said they don't like Notre Dame.
Yeah, and now they don't have a head coach, so they're not gonna let them in.
Did you see that? They just the committee makes up criteria every week. Did you see what they said? They said we look at if a team has a head coach now, or they look at the coaching now. They literally said that. We look to see at the coaching issues and if a team has a head coach. Like, come on, man. It's the players that win games too.
Like USC is going to come out ranked next week. In the final rankings. Come out at 18
Cal by 5. Lincoln's not even there, and they're going to be ranked. Oh my God. I could probably see it. But yeah, the committee is just a joke, just making stuff up every week. It doesn't make any sense at all. USC will be number in the top 10 next year. Finally.
Probably.
Before we move on to the NFL, let's on this day in history, 1984, the Cold War ends. I know we were alive back then, so we got to see that. 1967, the first human heart transplant happened in South Africa. And then 2019, tell me the most streamed artist of the 2010s.
Drake.
Bingo. Spotify says Drake is the most streamed artist of the 2010s.
Nice.
And then
I knew that off the top of my head.
Yeah, easy. That was easy.
He didn't send me his notes before the podcast.
Oh, I did. I forgot I did. You cheater. Oh my God. And then happy birthday, Britney Spears, Ozzy Osbourne, and Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD would have been 23 today. So that's sad news. He dropped into music tonight, but I'm gonna go listen to that. So let's talk NFL. It's been a crazy year.
Let's do it.
I really, there's 3 teams I like.
The Cowboys.
Shut up. Well, what's the score right now? What's the score?
I don't know. They're on commercial. I've been peeking up at it.
Back on. Cardinals, Packers. I'll throw the Bucks in there actually, and then I'll go Ravens.
20-10.
20-10 over a Saints team with Taysom Hill. Congrats,
dude. But, I mean,
and then 5 spot. I'm going Broncos.
I can't even say anything to you because we lost to the Broncos. Like
you didn't lose, bro. You got gallywopped or whatever.
Listen, it is what it is. Super Bowl. You see that? Look at that. That's the Michael Parsons Defensive Rookie of the Year.
How's CeeDee Lamb doing right now? I like his fantasy points. Doing good.
I don't know. Zeke's killing me. He had a point at halftime. Well, let's get into the game. All
right. I want to see what are your Super Bowl picks right now. Actually,
Dallas and I got Dallas.
Every year, the last 3 years, we've done this.
I'm gonna hit one of these times, dude. No, I actually really like Arizona. I think if Kyler and it's the first week Kyler and D-Hop are coming back right after the bye. Yeah. I think when they're at full strength, they're scary, which is cool because they sucked not that long ago. I mean, obviously, I think the Rams could push together
now, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, in the playoffs, you got all the veterans. They're gonna have to get a wild card spot, I guess, because the Cardinals are gonna win the division.
Yeah.
You can't bet against TB. I don't know who you got coming out of the AFC. The AFC is kind of.
I think I'm going Ravens.
Got the Broncos.
Hey, if we win Sunday night against the Chiefs, I'll pick the Broncos. Like Sunday night, they got a chance to
All right.
for the
It was a
AFC West.
joke. You're taking it too far.
Bro, we got the AFC on lock if we win, AFC West on lock if we win. Good matchup this Sunday night, but we're actually gonna pick that game in a second. But yeah, I like the Ravens. I mean, Bills are good, but they've been just struggling on and off, putting up 9 points against Jacksonville or the Jets. So I'm not sure about them, but probably Cardinals. Colt McCoy's been holding it down for him. I like the Packers too, but that was choke at the NFC Championship. So
NFC Championship game.
NFC?
I said they'll get to the NFC Championship game for sure.
Yeah, they will. So let's start in the NFL.
All right.
Denver at Kansas City. Kansas City is a team.
Did I Kansas City in a blowout? In an embarrassing blowout.
I picked your Cowboys for a few games this year. I even picked them in the Super Bowl last year with you.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then just hated on me all year anyway?
Well, y'all lost. Like, you didn't even make it out of the NFC East, which sucked.
Yeah, it did suck. We won 4 games last year. But, all right, you take the Broncos, I guess.
How you know I'm taking them? You taking the Chiefs?
No, I am taking the Chiefs. I like the Broncos to cover. I think it'd be a good game. Where is it?
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Arrowhead.
I got Kansas City. Yeah. I got Kansas City. But I don't think the Chiefs are what they have been. Obviously, they're not. And the Broncos, they play a good game every once in a while.
Every other week, man. We just beat the Chargers by like 20 with Locke playing a quarter. So, and Teddy getting injured and coming back in.
Ruined my fantasy game. I started Justin Herbert over Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you're dumb. You're dumb. Always saw Rodgers. But yeah.
Not against the Broncos, I thought, but
Denver, they've won 3 or 4. Kansas City's won their last 4. So it's going to be Kansas City offense versus Kansas City defense. That Chiefs offense is second in the NFL. Denver, though, no turnovers. You can't turn the ball over if you're going to win this game. Let the rookie Williams run the ball. He's been playing really good rookie running back. Just keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. It's hard to win in Kansas City, especially on Sunday Night Football. I think Chiefs win, Broncos cover. 10 points is too much in the NFL, especially for a rivalry interdivision game. So both going Chiefs on that one. And then not many great games. We got a few. The Chargers at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, a 3-point favorite. Who you got in that one?
Man, Cincinnati. That's the shock of the season. Joe Shiesty got them boys right.
He's playing good ball. He's playing good. Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase. They look like the NFC North's going to be scary for a long time.
Yeah.
But I got Cincinnati. I mean, it should be a good game, but I don't know. The Chargers have been disappointing me all year. Like I said, I got Herbert on fantasy, and if I don't start him, he has 40, and if I do, he's got 13. So we'll see. But I like Cincinnati at home.
No, yeah, this Chargers team was what 5-1, 4-1, 5-2, something like that. I don't know how many games are we in. I don't even know.
It threw me off. There's 17 now.
It may have been like 4-2 or something like that, 4-1. But yeah, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, pretty dang good duo. Joe Burrow or Mixon had 100 yards in less than 2 quarters last week versus the Steelers. Burrow though, super impressive stat lines. I think Chase that trio is just too impressive. Mixon's about to hit 1,000 yards during this game most likely, and I got Cincinnati winning. Just hot start or hot football right now. Keep it going, like you said. And then our last game of the day, New England at Buffalo. So this will decide the NFC East. Who thought New England would be in this conversation right now? Buffalo, a 2.5-point favorite. I think there's supposed to be snow in the forecast. Who you got in that one?
I got Buffalo. I think. I mean, neither one of them are strangers to weather, but New England's surprising. Mac Jones is. I wasn't high on him. I think we did a draft special, and I kind of shat on Mac Jones.
I think I did too.
But
I did too.
But could you hear that, or is that just me? My bad. I got a phone call. Okay, I was making sure. Yeah, I like Buffalo. Surely
You're talking highly on Mac Jones.
No, Mac Jones is surprising, but I do like Buffalo. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, too much.
He's gonna be throwing the ball more to Diggs, man. I got him on fantasy. The last few weeks have been good. The last few weeks have been decent, but like before that, all his points were coming in the final like 4 minutes of the games. Yeah, Buffalo, New England, Mac Jones, dude. He's in that MVP combo for a rookie. He's not gonna get it. I wouldn't vote for him, but he's still in the conversation. Buffalo just
rookie of the year, maybe for sure.
Rookie of the year, yeah, see that for sure. But Buffalo just hot and cold all year, and not what we expect, or not really expected. I expected them to lead the NFL this year, especially after last year. Both teams are pretty similar in offense. But I think it will be a defensive game, just because of the weather elements as well. Buffalo is also the number 1 defense in the league. New England is the number 4 defense in the league. So maybe I'm still going to start Diggs, but be wary of that. New England. They've won 6 in a row. They won 7 in a row. Give me the Patriots winning this game at Buffalo. So, yeah, one difference, right? You had
I had Buffalo.
All right, so just one.
No, difference. I had Kansas City too.
I had Kansas City.
Oh, you picked against Broncos?
Yeah, I'm not biased, bro.
Come on, dude. I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to happen. I think it can. I think I give it like a 51-49 right now, but I'll go Chiefs just because Patrick Mahomes and they're finally playing good.
And it's at Arrowhead. I think that's a big factor in the game too, because I feel like they're honestly pretty evenly matched.
And have you seen Denver Broncos quarterbacks? Have you seen them?
I mean, I watched them.
They're not.
I watched them torch. I watched them. Teddy Bridgewater torch my Cowboys defense. That's the.
Yeah, so I guess they can show up every other week. But anything else on the NFL? Any other news we didn't cover that you want to talk about real quick?
I said Mac Jones is for sure the offensive rookie of the year, and I think it might be Najee Harris. So I just want to cover my bases in case I'm wrong. So
I think
for sure.
It's going to a quarterback, especially since Steelers aren't looking that good this year.
Najee Harris is balling. I didn't want to act like he,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that was all that.
All right. So let's move into our final segment. Who would we share a burger and brat with? You want me to go first or you?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. I'm sharing my burger and brat with the GOAT, Bob Stoops. Coming in and saving OU football once again out on the recruiting trail that day that he comes in with the press conference with Josie and Harris, just blindsided by this. So not 24 hours, less than 2 days later, he's back on the recruiting trail. And Reed, he's doing it for free, or at least he declined money. I think OU said they were paying him.
I think they just forced him to take the money eventually. Yeah. But he didn't want it.
No, he declined twice to accept money for the recruiting and just taking over as interim head coach. So he was going to coach OU for free. This man, I love Bob Stoops. I wish he would have taken over for Lincoln, because I mean, you know what you're getting out of that, and you're definitely going to have a great season for that. But his time is done, sadly. But sharing my burger and brat with Bob Stoops and what he's done for OU this week, and what he will continue to do for next month. Yeah,
he had me ready to run through a wall on his press conference. I was listening to it in the car, and I was getting juiced up, dude.
He looked angry.
Something about him. He's like he's just charismatic. He's a treasure, dude. I love him.
Players love him. Everyone loves him. Players, coaches, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna give my burger and brat, kind of in the same vein. Just to OU Twitter and everybody out there doing the hard work and keeping me up all night for the last week. It started out kind of somber. Everybody was pretty mad, but they've turned that into the pettiest, for sure one of the pettiest moments I've ever seen on Twitter. Just completely demolishing the old coaches and people that left, and there's been a lot of funny stuff going on that I've been entertained for sure after that initial shock. It's been hard to not pay attention to, because on top of wanting to know who the coach is, it's like it's just really entertaining. Like it's and shout out to all the reporters and stuff that are not sleeping, I'm sure, and trying to figure out who's at the bus stop. Shout out to Eddie.
Yeah, and then just one fake story after the other. One rumor just takes off after the other. One rumor this day, like 5 hours later, there's another rumor.
They are getting a little into the weeds. I saw somebody like screenshot Brent Venable's watch and try to figure out why the time was wrong and say the picture was from a different day. But it's definitely must-see TV if you're an OU fan. Like, you got to be tapped into it.
Yeah, I'll probably listen to some Twitter Spaces after this.
Me too. What is that dude's name that's been doing that with the beard?
Travis.
Yeah, shout out to him, because I've been listening to his space every night.
Yeah, they're saying USC, the Malachi Nelson was in it. They had some Oklahoma State players, some other OU players, some college football players from across the country, because I mean everyone can see it. Sam Mays was in it before we came on and all that. So there's like 700 people in it every night, maybe more. Just expect more, yeah. So Reed, thanks for coming on again. It's been since the draft, I think. NFL draft.
Definitely the longest hiatus I've ever taken.
Yeah. It's been a busy
you didn't
semester.
Invite me back. Yeah. I kind of had to just tell you I'd like to be on. You didn't really invite me this time, but it's fine, I guess.
Hey, my bad, bro. Hey.
Maybe run this episode up, guys, for me, so that way maybe Braxton will let me be on here again.
You've been on before.
I won't have to beg him in Logies in the middle of the night. Or was I not supposed to say where we were?
I don't know. Is it compliant? I don't know. We're not shouting them out. They're not paying me, bro. Keep it quiet.
Toby, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Jason Leonard, don't. Oh, bleep those for sure.
Are you trying to give out your
those names?
Socials?
Yeah. Before I get a lawsuit against me. You can find me 580 Smoke on everything. 580 Smoke. Anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, TikTok, fuck with me. But then definitely follow the brand page, BOK THE_OAKA. If you like creative things, kind of hip hop centric at the moment, but
Drake coming on tomorrow.
Drake, whose call you think I just declined? No, I'm playing. But definitely tap in if you like local art and music. We're got a good thing going over there. I think so.
All right, awesome. Thanks again for joining us. Not the college football season's over. Not the hope we wanted or the season we wanted, but watch these games, and gonna be a fun rest of the season. We'll talk college football playoff when it gets there. Everyone, thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Pandora, and anywhere else you get your podcasts at Burgers and Brats. Stay up to date with latest news on Twitter, Instagram, and hopefully you just watched on YouTube at Burgers and Brats.